Hello and very happy to see you on my channel. Tonight, we give you a piece of breaking news. Prince Harry feels rudderless and is missing structure to his life. As I reported, the Duke of Sussex was stripped of his military appointments when he and Meghan Markle stepped back as senior royals, and has been living in an $18 million mansion in Los Angeles since March. And today, according to the source, the Duke has been very sadly while keeping in touch with friends and colleagues in the UK with video calls, and feels a bit rudderless without a job or friends in Los Angeles. The source told Vanity Fair's Katie Nicholl that the royal was particularly missing friends in the military community in the UK, revealing, "This is a very strange time for us all, but I think Harry is missing having a structure to his life right now. He doesn't have friends in Los Angeles. Like Meghan, and he doesn't have a job." The source revealed how Prince Harry has been incredibly stressed during the lockdown period, having conference calls, with much of his time dedicated to keeping in touch with friends and colleagues. The Duke is also keeping up regular communication with the organizations and patronages which he works at in the UK, according to the source. They went on to explain that Prince Harry misses his friends within the military community at home, adding, "At the moment he's a bit rudderless, but it won't always be like this, and he knows that." Harry told his friends that he was really homesick, his friends and his military appointments, a source told the Daily Telegraph. He deeply regretted his decision and missed the friendship in the army. As we also reported, Harry told his friends that he still could not believe this had happened. He could not believe his life was turned upside down, dizzying. It was something he and Meghan could not have imagined. The comments come after sources claimed Prince Harry feels he would have been better protected from the turmoil he has faced in recent months if he was still in the army. Ms. Katie Nicholl continues, "He is too dependent on his wife and any career success is questionable without skills. New friends are probably hangers-on and he hasn't a clue who is who and who to trust. His future is very unstable and Meghan will be too busy with her own ambitions. It is not a safe recipe and there will be limits as to how much he can take without the safety net of advisors he has been accustomed to." Meanwhile, reporter Harriet Johnston also warns on Daily Mail, "There is absolutely nothing in Los Angeles for Harry. It is a dreadful, heartless city and he has nothing to offer. He probably knows by now that he has made a huge mistake. He has not quite seen what his selfish wife has done to him, but he will. One day he will realize that she has gained everything she wanted and he has lost everything he had." Clearly, something is going on behind the scenes. There is a big push towards ingratiating Harry back with the British public. But why and what for? Today we report that Meghan wants the book published before August. We all know that once that book hits the shelves there will be no going back for Harry, unless he announces that they are getting divorced. But he is aimless. He gave up everything to move to the vacuous Los Angeles, and for what? Nothing. There is no job, there are no familiar people, and the paps there are worse than any the in the UK could ever hope to be. All he does is what his wife orders and there is absolutely no thought as to what is good or right for him. A person can't find their feet in such circumstances unless their feet walk them out the door and into a situation that is healthy for them. Plus, I think Harry will find it impossible to come back to the UK after the list of incidents and events where he has disrespected and denigrated large sections of the British population, our armed services, the Queen, and the rest of the royal family, and our elderly citizens. The Queen, his father, and his brother may forgive him, but I don't think the British public ever will. As for his wife, if she came back she would be openly booed on the streets." Harry is just starting to realize that he made the biggest mistake of his life by marrying Meghan, the queen of entitlement, self-importance, and greed. Too late, buddy, your own brother warned you, but you chose to drink from the poisoned chalice anyway, and now this is your life you have allowed the witch to create, and with all the disrespect shown to the Queen, you've made it a one-way street, especially in the eyes of the people. Suffer. But, a veteran, very quite unhappy about Harry's attitude, he said, how on earth did he not foresee that he would feel isolated when he moved to a place where all his wife's homies would be, yet far removed geographically from his own kith and kin. It's not rocket science. Also, as Henry should know, it is well documented that many ex-service people find it difficult to adjust to life outside of the structured environment in the forces. I believe he said he found this too. So if he knew that, why go and camp out in someone else's house so far away from everything you've ever known in life? His life has gone from one extreme to another. How can he be so shocked? Personally, I am shocked that he's shocked. Another former soldier also blasted Harry. Harry wasn't affectionately known as Captain Wales, that was his name. He was actually known as Bunker Harry by his army colleagues in Afghanistan, because he was always heavily protected and was never placed in any danger. In fact, he was the danger for his colleagues because he was a potential target. Then he tried being a royal for a couple of years and couldn't hack having his photograph taken, it's so hard, married a ruthless, shameless, family-shattering grifter and is now unemployed in Los Angeles. Great track record. He is a royal waste of space and should be cast off and forgotten. He's heading towards 40 and is a father. The time he grew a pair, manned up, and got a real job, unsubsidized by the British public and his father. But, one fan once liked Harry said, I don't have any sympathy for him any longer. He's a grown man and has made quite a few bad decisions now. The truth is he needs to stop being so jealous of William and really look at what William has created. A loving family that does their royal duty. They have raised beautiful, well-behaved children. They have friends and a busy schedule. Most importantly, William chooses someone that came from a loving, connected family who they can count on for support and love. She fed his hatred and jealousy and now they are isolated. If Harry could just stop and reflect on his choices, I wonder if he would do it again. Meanwhile, a fan from Hollywood warned, sad for him. I live in Los Angeles and people are genuinely so fake and shady here. Just like Meghan is, they often have an objective in their interactions with you. I think he, along with many genuine types, will have a hard time finding people he actually likes and gets along with here. He made a big mistake going with Meghan and overlooking all those red flags. Now maybe he'll really start to realize what the game was all along. Besides that, a loyal fan grumpy at Harry. Please stop this continual whining, you made a decision to get away as far as possible from London and the royal family, now you have to live with the consequences. Okay, we all know why you had to go into the military but you have never had a job. You have been spoilt all your life and so used to getting your own way. You chose to devote your life to a woman you hardly knew. You said you wanted an ordinary life and not to be in the limelight, so why do you ensure you are in the press daily? Make your mind up, you either want to be a celebrity or you don't, but do not expect the British public to feel sorry for you. A fan agrees and said, there is very little sympathy for Harry. Did he not think things through? Of course not, as he was too busy having a meltdown and playing the victim. When you cut ties with your country, your family and friends and move to another country, of course, you are going to have to start from scratch. So he wanted a normal life, so he needs to write a CV, network and find a salaried job just like Eugenie and Beatrice have had to do. We just have no empathy or sympathy left for him, sadly, but he is just so juvenile and we can't stand this I am a victim response, particularly at the moment in the midst of a pandemic when people are losing their jobs or their lives. He really needs to grow up. But the next fan wrote, they obviously started touting for work at the Disney premiere in July 2019. Harry had clearly already made his choice to desert his country when he chose that over a very important military event. Yet they kept leeching off the royals and UK till they had plans in place. No wonder Nutmeg has no respect for Harry's life or tradition when he clearly doesn't either. This must be like purgatory for Harry. Living in the fakest place on earth, in the biggest look-at-me goldfish bowl of a place on earth, surrounded by celebs or wannabe celebs, the fakest people on earth, in a fake European-style overblown mansion, on some Hollywood star's generosity which will have to be paid back in full in the form of favors to them for the rest of their lives, or they will badmouth Harry and Meg to the press, and married to Meg the fakest of the fakes and her fake friends. Enjoy your new fake life, Harry. And the last one said, predictably, I suspect Harry is finding out that the grass is not always greener on the other side. He acted on impulse, without clear foresight and a real plan for his future, did not take the time to work it all out with his grandmother, father, and brother, and is now like a rudderless ship on the sea. And of course, he could not have foreseen the coronavirus messing with his and Meghan's plans to make millions. Sadly. And you? What do you think about Harry? Please let me know in the comment section below and we talk about him. If you agree and loved my video, remember to like and share it for everyone. Also as subscribing to my channel to not miss any new video by my team. Now, good night and see you in the next videos.